Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel. We're going to be using the Hold Me Down glue by Hair by Erica J. She is a hairstylist on YouTube as well. The glue I'm going to be using is the Hold Me Down glue by Erica J. I'm going to be showing you guys a extremely detailed bald cap method and how do you actually melt your bald cap, how do you actually cut off your ear flaps, and how do you apply the wig on. So this is going to be a detailed tutorial. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. My name is Gifty Parker. I am a custom wig maker and hairstylist located in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. To begin, you have to measure out how much space from the eyebrow, between the eyebrow, into the hairline of your client. My client has very, very low hairline. Her hairline and her eyebrows, you can put 2 fingers in between, you're able to reach that. So with that being said, I cannot take the cap and pull it so far. I have to put the glue, put the placement in the exact way so that once I put the wig on, it does not cover up her entire forehead and her eyebrows. We want to keep that space in between so it looks natural. Right now, she just pulled the cap down. First of all, I'm going to start by actually putting the cap over the ear. You want to put the cap 100% over the ear. Then you want to take a small scissors. You want to create a little hole through the cap. You want to create a small hole right there, just cutting that off so that your ears can be comfortable and you have a hole that your ear is going to be poking through, so that this is acting as an anchor so that the cap does not roll back and ruin the whole process before you're done. So you repeat the little hole in between the ear on both sides so that the cap does not roll back. As the first step before you get started applying the glue. Now we're going to move on to actually applying the glue. Again, I'm using the Hair by Erica J Hold Me Down glue. You have to look at where her hairline is and where the ears, you have to look at where her hairline is and where the eyebrow reaches. So the first dot I placed is where her real hair was, right? Then I went at least 2 inches down in front of the hairline. You see the very first dot I placed on top? That's where her hair starts. So now I'm pulling it down to make sure that the glue is not touching her hair. It's touching only her hairline, or at least on the forehead space. And you apply one thin layer. This thin layer of glue is what's going to glue or bond the cap onto her skin. The first layer is just take a small amount, very thin. You apply the glue on. Then you're going to make sure that the glue is starting from one end to the opposite end. Take something flat and just melt that in so that it can turn clear. You want to take something flat or something round, some kind of applicator brush, and you just make sure that you are melting that glue onto the cap. Right now, all we're doing is to bond the cap to the skin of the client. The glue will then become clear once you let it sit. From that white pasty look, let it sit for at least 5 minutes or once it fully turns clear. Once it is fully clear, that is when you know that the bonding has happened. Right now we have bonded the cap onto the skin. And again, we're going to take our small scissors. I like to use a small scissors. And I'm going to cut super close to where the bonding and her skin meets the hairline. Once you're done cutting the front part of the cap, removing all the bald cap, extra pieces, you're going to get the sides as well. Now we're just going to move on to actually putting the glue down so that the glue and the wig can bond together. The first glue you use is to bond the cap to the skin of the client. The second glue you're going to use now is to actually bond the wig to the cap to the skin. So we're going to put the glue on, and then we're going to spread that on until it turns white. We repeat this same process at least 3 times. We want to give my client a 3 weeks to a month hold. So I'm going to use 3 layers over and over until it is fully clear. On top of that, you want to make sure that you're not eating up the client's forehead. So please be wise with where her eyebrow is, where the hairline is, and where the placement of the wig is gonna be at as well. We continue adding our glue on until the 3rd layer is done. Once the 3rd layer is done, it will come out fully clear. So now I'm moving on to applying the wig on. To know when it's time to apply the wig, the glue will be fully cleared. When placing the wig on, you want to pull it fully forward in front of the person's hairline. You can use a duck clip or some kind of clip to hold the rest of the hair out of the way so that you can work with. And then you can start off by cutting into sections. The first cut you want to make is directly from her nose, like a middle part right in the middle. So you want to cut right there. Now the second cut is to carve out the ear flap, where you're going to measure where her ears are and how much lace needs to be removed so that her ears is freely showing. You cut by using underhand movement, lifting up the lace so that you can see exactly, if I cut this much lace, this is where my ears will be covered. If I cut this much off, this is how much ear space will be showing. Then you want to measure out to make sure, is it even out to her ears? Does her natural ear show properly? Is the hairline enough to match where there is not so much forehead being eaten up, but just enough? You really have to look and just make sure everything is matching seamlessly. Now again, on the opposite side, you do the same thing. We're pulling, we're matching up where the lace, the cap, and the glue is. And we're making sure that everything will be perfect. Now we're going to take our scissors, our small scissors underhand, carving out that ear pattern that she has going on. We want to carve that out perfectly, making sure that the lace is not folding over and covering her ear, making sure that the ear pattern that we cut is matching her hairline. Take your time with this step. Pull the lace forward, apply it into the glue, and then let your client hold it for you so that you can go over anything and make sure there is no mistakes being made. The ear flap placement is very crucial in the making and staying of the lace. So as of right now, I'm just showing you guys that I have fully cut off the ear flap. I have placed the wig on properly where it is not eating up her forehead and her hairline. And that is the step. You put your bald cap on, you put the wig on, you cut your ear flap properly. You make sure that everything is looking laid and slayed. Then we move on to the next step of bonding this cap onto her skin. We want to bond it on, and how we do that is by using a elastic band. This is so important. You need something small that can pressure point the cap, the skin, into the glue so that everything forms together and just melts like milk. Melts like butter, actually, not even milk, melts like butter. So what we're doing right now, we are putting pressure from the cap to the lace to the skin into the glue. It's a whole like domino effect. You're adding the pressure so that everything is bonded together onto her head, and it is flawless. So that's what we're doing right now. while we do this, I just want to talk a little bit more about myself. I'm Gifty, the Gift to Your Hair hairstylist, custom wig maker located in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. On this channel, I am teaching you hands-on professional hairstyling tips, tricks, and ways to slay your hair. If you have any detailed question, leave it down below. If you have any video suggestion, leave it down below. I am your professional hairstylist on YouTube. Please let me know what you need from me, and I'm here to produce that. While we let the beauty melt down, everything do its thing, you want to take a hot comb and flatten the root of the hair. The hot comb is going to make the root more easy for the hair to flip, middle, side, half up, half down, do everything. You want to just release the root with the hot comb and just press it out depending on the part or the style that you're going for. So right now I'm just using my hot comb and just pressing the roots out. This wig is a 12-inch bob transparent lace frontal from gifty.org. That is GIIFTI.org. We have removed the band, and this is how the meltdown is currently looking. That wig is on, yo. We can pull it, snatch it back. Shorty, your wig is on. But now, do you see that white haze that's going on in front of the hairline? We don't want that. This wig is transparent, so I have to tint it. If you want more detail on transparent lace, what is tinting, please watch my video that I uploaded before this one. I went into detail about transparent lace and how do you tint it. So I have tinted the lace for her so that the lace matches her complexion, and I am wrapping her and I'm putting her back under the dryer for at least 15 minutes. Now this is how it looks after the 15 minutes of having it melted with the lace tint. The lace is completely melted in. It matches her complexion to the T, and she's just rotating her head back and forth so you guys can see how everything looks. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is the end. I am so happy that I was able to teach you how to properly bond the bald cap onto your head, cut and do your placement of the wig. Also, how do you tint a transparent lace? So I'll see you beautiful people next video. This is Gifty Parker, and I'm your professional hairstylist on YouTube. Bye, beautiful people.